Cars tend to break down more often in winter. The battery weakens, sensors get dirty, and most importantly, the engine experiences more wear, shortening its lifespan. In this video, you'll learn the most effective ways to protect your car during cold weather. There's a critical habit you probably don't even realize, one that quietly drains your battery's life. At the end of this video, I'll share a simple trick that can instantly change that habit and potentially double your battery's lifespan. Think of your battery as the heart of your vehicle. In winter, it's like running a marathon for it. Car batteries operate through chemical reactions. When temperatures drop, these reactions slow down. Simply put, your battery loses strength in the cold. At 0 degrees Celsius, battery performance drops to around 80%, and at minus 18 degrees Celsius, it can fall to nearly 50%. So when you turn the key, your battery no longer has the same power it had in summer to crank the engine. At the same time, cold engine oil becomes thicker, which means the engine requires more effort to turn over. In other words, your battery is at its weakest exactly when it's being pushed the hardest. This strain accelerates sulfation, causing permanent damage to the battery plates. If you mostly drive short distances in the city, winter becomes even harsher on your battery. The car is shut off before the battery has time to recharge. Every engine start drains it a little more until one day, you hear that familiar clicking sound. Here's the important part: batteries usually give warning signs before they fail. Flickering dashboard lights, dim interior lighting, or a slightly delayed engine start are all signals that your battery is on its way out. Most drivers either miss or ignore these signs. Now let's get to the key part: how to keep your battery strong throughout winter with a few simple habits. If you're only driving short distances, your battery never fully recharges. You're constantly taking energy out without putting it back. That's why taking your car for a 15 to 20-minute drive at least once a week helps restore battery charge. This is one of the most effective ways to extend its lifespan. Another often overlooked detail is the battery terminals. Even slight corrosion can reduce electrical flow, causing significant power loss during startup. Cleaning the terminals before winter and lightly sanding them if necessary can make a noticeable difference. Also, before starting your car in cold weather, turn the ignition on and wait a few seconds. During this time, systems initialize, the fuel pump primes, and sensors prepare. That short pause reduces strain on the battery and helps the engine start more smoothly. Let's talk about engine oil. If your oil becomes too thick in cold weather, the engine turns more slowly, which puts extra load on the battery. Using the manufacturer's recommended oil viscosity is crucial. For example, if your car requires 5W30 but you're using 10W40, starting the engine will be harder and long-term wear will increase. Also remember, batteries rarely die suddenly. Their capacity gradually declines. If your battery is a few years old, it's wise to have it tested before winter. A quick check can save you from unexpected breakdowns on a freezing morning. Before starting the engine, turn off all electrical loads like headlights, radio, and climate control. This ensures that all available power goes to the starter motor. For gasoline engines, cold weather makes fuel harder to vaporize. When starting, crank the engine for no more than 5 to 7 seconds. If it doesn't start, wait at least 30 seconds before trying again. This allows the battery to recover. And avoid pressing the gas pedal. Modern fuel injection systems already handle the correct fuel mixture. After the engine starts, let it idle for about 60 seconds. This allows oil to circulate, especially to the upper engine components, then begin driving gently. Instead of idling for long periods, driving at low load for 3 to 5 minutes is much healthier for the engine. Diesel engines work differently. They rely on high compression to ignite fuel, which becomes harder in cold temperatures. That's where glow plugs come in. When you turn the key, you'll see a glow plug indicator light. Wait for it to turn off before starting. If your car doesn't have this light, wait about 6 to 7 seconds after turning the ignition on. In very cold conditions, You can repeat this process once or twice to ensure the combustion chamber is warm enough. Once the engine starts, don't rush. Let it idle for 1 to 2 minutes so oil pressure stabilizes. Then drive gently, keeping engine speed below 2,000 to 2,500 RPM for the first 5 to 10 minutes. Keep in mind, pushing the engine before it reaches operating temperature leads to long-term wear. Cold oil doesn't properly protect components, especially the turbocharger, which can suffer from inadequate lubrication. Also, idling for too long doesn't effectively warm up modern engines. It wastes fuel, increases carbon buildup, and can clog systems like the DPF. The best approach is to let the car run briefly, then start driving smoothly. On cold winter mornings, patience matters. Giving your engine just a few minutes of care can mean years of reliable performance. Drive safe and don't forget to subscribe for more automotive insights.